Hey girl, hey, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Misha. Thank you guys for joining me yet again for another review. Tonight we are back with a brand new review of BET Presents The Encore. And honey, it is almost time for it to be over. Now child, let's get into it if we gonna get into it. All of them are in the kitchen and Keely is like, I've been having very vivid dreams lately. Shamari said, well, that means that you're pregnant. Keely was like, no, how could I be? Fallon said, well, I've been having vivid dreams and I've not been sleeping with anybody to get pregnant. Well, honey, trolls don't usually reproduce. Keely is like, well, keep your superstitions to yourself, girl. I already got enough problems with this group and everything that's going on. Honey, I don't need no kids right now. Honey, we know you're not pregnant. Okay, we know. You told us that your vibrator gets more use than anything else. So, bzzz, we know you ain't pregnant. We know. Then all of a sudden we hear Sita. She's calling out. And then Ying is worried about Yang still being the queen. She's like, we don't need another queen. You know, she's like, Felicia is queen now. So she needs to carry it out to the end. Girl, ain't nobody worried about no queen but you and this girl. Honey, y'all want to be in charge so bad. Y'all don't nobody care about this but y'all. So then Sita recaps why the heifers are there. And she tells Felicia that 3 songs need to have all the ladies on it. And they're performing in 3 days in front of a live studio audience. Child, this is going to be a mess. She said they need to be ready tomorrow to do everything full out for the show, right? So they need to be able to do wardrobe. Everything that they're going to do needs to be perfected so that they can perform in front of the live audience. And they need to go to another fitting as well. Child, it's going to be a fool. Back in the sitting area, Keely is behind that island, honey, because, you know, she stayed a little bit in the kitchen, child, because she got to be close to the wine. She's standing there with her glass in her hand, and Felicia said, Keely, I really hate to say this, but we could really use you. Shamari being fake. She's like, yeah, you know, we always wanted her in the group because she's super talented. Girl, y'all were not thinking about Keely in this group, okay? Shamari, I just don't know about you, honey. I just really don't know. Honey, I don't know about none of this. But y'all, let's get through the review. Keely is like, yeah, you know, I've been there. It's very painful. I had to live through it in the public eye. Well, honey, if every group you're a part of falls apart, it may be time for you to take some accountability for your actions. Honey, the problem may be you. Moving forward, she starts being dramatic, tears and all, and she's like, I need to know I can trust y'all. Girl, are you gonna do it or not? Oh, child, they getting on my nerves. They're like, see, you need to see your worth. She's like, okay, I'll do what needs to be done. Girl gone. So then all of them were like, yay, we're so happy you want to be in it. They were like, Pam, what you think? Pam say, what's that? Child, Pam can't stand Keely. And I mean that in the most saved way possible. Child, she can't stand Keely. They said, you know about Keely being in the group? She said, oh, I'm quiet. Look, Pam say, I don't know what to say. She don't want to say the wrong thing, honey, because you know these heifers get to hollering if she does. She said, you know, she can tell music is still in her heart, so just do it. Pam, let me help you out, honey. This is what you really want to say. Heifers, I don't care. I'm never speaking to y'all again after this little experiment. Y'all ran all the talent out of the house and now I'm supposed to clap because the alternate is stepping up? Honey, no ma'am. If you like it, I love it. There you go, Pam, honey. I said it for you. Don't worry about it, honey. I said it for you. That's what you really want to say. But you know, now you're saved and sanctified and whatnot. So they're working on the choreography for Bird's Eye in the next scene, looking like they're doing absolutely nothing, honey, walking from side to side, and some of them moving up, some of them moving back. Child, I don't know. Then they go over to skeletons. So they got the little chairs out and whatnot, and Keely is learning the moves or whatever. So Felicia's like, it's not like that. It's kind of like it's like a slow move. It's not even anything really big. It's all in the head. It's all head. Well, honey, that's what she said. Keely is having a hard time getting the boom cat that they need, honey. She's having a hard time with the 5, 6, 7, and 8. Even though we know she can dance because she's cheetah girl, cheetah-licious, honey, it's just not happening. So the next move that they are going to do is a move where, you know, you give them face and then a leg up and that little arm. You know how they do that. Y'all know what I'm talking about, that little move that they always do on TikTok and whatnot. And so Aaliyah is like, listen, Keely, if you're not going to give me the that I need and go full out, then we might as well not even do it at all. Keely is like, well, it's going to be something and I'm ready to go to bed. Honey, I'm over it. Aaliyah's like, yeah, I can tell. See, this is what happens when you throw her in after she's been drinking wine for weeks. You know, it's kind of like your first day back at the gym. You be having a whole attitude, okay? After you the one that gained 15 pounds, you go in there and get on the treadmill, and then like 2 seconds later, you be like, I'm finna go lay down. Cause you got an attitude. And quiet as it's kept, none of y'all are really, mastering that move, okay? Ooh, child, it's just not happening, honey. Shamari is like, well, let's run the show again. Aaliyah's like, okay, so we can run the show one more time. Baby, Aaliyah looked at Keely. She said, okay, Keely, you can go night-night. Well, she didn't say night-night. She said you can go down there. You can go lay down and rest. But I said night-night. She was like, okay, Keely, you can go rest. She's like, I don't need to rest. What do you need from me? She's like, oh, okay, well, Shamari and Pam want to run the show full out. So, I mean, unless you're ready to really give it your all, so then here go Keely. Oh, okay. So if I can't do it full out and I can't run the show, then I can't participate. Got it. Oh, child, honey, she couldn't be talking to me like that. Oh, honey, everybody's patience is just so great. I wish I was born with that kind of patience, honey, because I would have been tapped out. Because I would have gotten all in hush. Do y'all hear me? Okay. So Aaliyah was like, well, after she left, she said, I could already tell that she was tapped out, so I just had to release her. Honey, no, she's lazy. That's the problem. She is lazy. So they're like, it's no time for that. Well, y'all created this mess, so y'all have to deal with it, okay? This is probably the same attitude that she's always had in her girl groups. So now y'all just have to deal with it. In the next scene, night turns to day, and Shamari goes to question what the problem is, okay? Because she wants to talk to Keely and figure out what is the reason why you have this attitude. What was the reason? In my Cardi B voice. So Keely is like, it just makes me miserable. I don't like rehearsals. I don't like meet and greets. I don't like to sign autographs. Girl, people still ask for autographs. Charlotte, I wish I would pull out a pen and a pad. Excuse me, Keely. Can you write down your promise on this pad for me, please? Girl, goodbye. Girl, goodbye. Child, I'm not about to be bothered. She was like, I don't like industry parties. I don't like none of it. So basically, Keely wanted a vacation, like we have always said, child. She wanted to get away from that husband and that baby for a minute. She just wanted to drink wine and roam the halls. Carlos King probably promised her that she could do creative director and keep that title just to get her there, okay? Because he knows she makes good TV. He's all about a formula, okay? He ain't stupid. And y'all ain't fooling me. I know y'all got Keely under false pretenses. I'm just saying. She said, look, I never really wanted to sing. Other people wanted me to sing. And then she started crying. Now listen to me, y'all. I know Keely comes with the Karen antics and she's a little bit over on the dramatic side. But all jokes aside, I don't know what she went through. But whatever it was, she's traumatized by it. Okay. And she's reliving that trauma and the public scrutiny that she had to face, and she don't want to go through it no more. Honey, it used to be some stuff going on back then when those girl groups were out as they were younger in the 90s. So we don't know what's happening. I like to make fun of Keely and whatnot, but I still have a heart. And, I try to be as unbiased as possible moving forward. But Keely, honey, okay, on the other side of the spectrum, why did you even agree to it? Okay, just let them know this isn't for you and be done. Pack your things, get your Cabernet, and hit the road, Jack. Child, don't be sitting up here talking about, yeah, I'm going to do it. I really don't want to do it. I don't really like, they're going to ask for my autograph. Girl, nobody wants your autograph. Girl, go on, honey. So Pam and Shamari are doing vocal lessons with Cinnamon. And I love to see it, okay, trying to warm up the vocals and whatnot. She was like, yeah, y'all are winded. Even when y'all are just mocking me. Have you been doing the exercises? They're like, no, we haven't. So she's working with them, but honey, it ain't looking too good. Felicia, Fallon, and Pam are in the studio working on a song called Say Something. So Felicia's like, it's the perfect song because we're taught to be quiet. Well, honey, you didn't learn nothing, okay? Because if you're taught to be quiet, you didn't listen. She was like, or we just take a back seat to a man or somebody who's superior to us. And so Pam said, it was dope to see us all just come together. And so then Felicia goes in the booth, right? And she's asking for Pam's input. So then she gonna say, as queen, it's my job to make teamwork happen. Yeah, because you're happy to be queen. As long as y'all in charge, y'all fine. You can make teamwork happen when you're in charge. When you're the captain, it happens. But when you had to listen to anybody other than your sister, it was a whole problem. Girl, please with the fake kumbaya at the last minute. Girl, goodbye. Pam said the house that was once in an uproar is now on one accord. Yes, because Felicia is queen and they got rid of everyone else. Honey, I'm just glad it's almost over. But the song is dope. Moving forward. Keely and Shamari in the kitchen pretending to end the show. Then Keely says, and then we bow, and then boom, and then our heads go down, and we come up, and it's over. Shamari said, then what we gonna do after that? Honey, go home to never be heard from again? Child, that's what y'all gonna do. But Keely said they was gonna get drunk. In the confessional, she's like, oh my God, because I've been drinking so much wine. Well, child, I'm glad you noticed it. Pam pulls Shamari to the side. She comes in while she's talking to Keely, and she's like, Shamari, can I see you for a second? So Shamari's like, cool. So they go in, and it's a video call with Nivea. Hey, girl, we so happy to see you. Honey, the house ain't been the same without you. Brought the whole morale down. Even though I'm not there to personally talk to you, I'm going to talk to you through this review. So Nivea said, she just been reflecting, but she does not regret her decision. She said, I didn't like how it was going. I didn't like the vibe, and I didn't like the way the house and the direction that things were taking. She said, look, I joked a lot, but in the end, that was really no joking matter for me. And I understand that. She couldn't take it anymore, basically. She said, even in a 6,000 square foot mansion, that's not big enough for all the foolery that was happening. She said, God said leave or go to jail. So I left. Pam, you hear that? Nivea been talking to God too, honey, and her God saying something totally different than your God, child. She's like, I know y'all gonna kill it though. I wish y'all all the best. Shamari's like, oh, I miss you. She was my roommate. Shamari, shut up, okay? Because you didn't say nothing when she was there, okay? This could have all been avoided had you and Pam not taken the approach of sit and wait and play the middle. Pam trying not to go to hell, literally, and you just trying not to ruffle any feathers. So now Nivea is at home on the Zoom call. Girl, goodbye. I don't want to hear nothing you got to say. So then Pam said, Felicia, Fallon, and Keely, they miss you too. Well, why didn't you ask Keely to come in as well? Well, maybe she asked for just y'all too. Honey, I don't know. Nivea said, despite all the foolery, she hopes that they can still inspire other women. Well, I'm here to tell you, Nivea, that you being on this show definitely shined a light on things that you've gone through when you did that interview with Candy. You have definitely inspired some ladies, and I understand your struggle. And all the ladies have a story. This just overshadowed it. Okay. All the ladies have a story to tell. They've all individually gone through things, but because of all the and you threw my song away, and I don't like her wig, or you like Cousin Ida, you can't sing, or you smoke cigarettes on Thursdays. Because of all that, we couldn't even really get to it, honey, but I'm just happy that Nivea is positive. Child, good to see you, sis. Continue to shine. Moving forward. All the ladies are gathered talking about the preparation for the show, right? So Felicia is like, I just want to rehearse till I can't rehearse no more. Keely's like, yeah, I'm very picky about stuff like that. Aaliyah's like, so how do you feel about coming full circle? She's talking to Keely, right? Keely's like, yeah, I'm just doing what I have to do, honey, which is nothing. So Aaliyah said, Keely is like a wild card. She has a different mindset from all the ladies. Sometimes she's all in and sometimes she's out. So now Cosign is back. Oh, child, honey, let's see how this gonna go. Cosign is back, and now the ladies have to record, and Shamari goes in to record over Misha's parts, and she's telling Pam, she's like, oh, I don't know if I can really do it, because Misha, she was a true soprano. You mean like Tony and the Sopranos, that show that used to come on HBO? Honey, because I can't imagine you smoke cigarettes all day and drink wine all night and you can hit those notes as a soprano. But honey, maybe that's just me. And another thing, honey, y'all didn't appreciate her when she was there, so give it your best shot, y'all. Shamari is trying to get up there, and she's getting up there, and she's like, you know what, my voice has really grown, and I'm so happy about all the growth that I've done vocally. Now it's Keely's turn, honey. You ain't making no moves, honey. Oh, child. She's like, I'm not a singer. Well, I appreciate you understanding. Okay, it's not that you're not a singer. You're a talk in melody type of girl. It's like people who can carry a tune, but they're not singing. They're actually just talking. Like, kind of like how Brandy used to do in the beginning of her songs when I would like to get to know if I could be. Now, Brandy can actually sing, but I'm just giving you an example of talking in melody. That's exactly what Keely does. But it's okay, girl. Honey, you got through it. She's like, oh my God, I can't even sing. Just why do I do this to myself? Keely's a people pleaser. Honey, that's what you are. You're a people pleaser. You just want to make the twins happy, and you don't want them to fuss at you and argue with you and fight with you, so you decide to be in this group. Pam and her vocals, they hit the booth, and honey, it's a wrap. Aaliyah and her big shoes, they're back to practice with Keely. And, they sit down, do a little couch work. Keely's saying that she'll slide off the couch and all this good stuff. And Aaliyah's like, no, we're just going to sit on the couch and do a little move from side to side because you heifers can't really dance. Over in the next scene, wardrobe is back. Child, fingers crossed. I don't know why these clothes have to look this way, but ugh, okay? Pam comes out dressed like Wesley Snipes and Blade. I said, what is this little jacket? Child, when the twins came in, this shows you right here that the twins will sabotage you. When the twins came out, they gonna say, oh, that jacket is fire. No, that jacket needs to be set on fire. Girl, that jacket's ugly as hell, honey. Pam said, Shamari said I look like Elvis. Honey, and don't. You look just like Blade or that man from The Matrix, Keanu Reeves. Either way, it's giving very much don't go on stage with me with them clothes on. Keely is complaining, honey, as she should, because she ain't wrong this time, honey. The wardrobe is horrible. Lord, who hired them? In the next scene, the two producers are trying to come together and work, meaning Felicia and Cosign. Felicia is asking him to help her with something because she put some strings somewhere that she don't think strings should be. So she's like, can you come up with something a little bit more creative? Because I'm not liking the zhuzh that it's giving. He's like, okay, I can do that. So when she left out of the room, he was like, oh my God, Gabe, we're working together. It's happening. Honey, leave Gabe alone. Honey, Gabe said, I ain't said a word. He's like, man, please don't jinx it. I don't want them coughing and talking all over me and my mask. Gabe been laying low this whole time, child, and we ain't seen Elijah since. Cosign is like, I'm trying to avoid getting jumped. I can't wait to see the finished product. So then he put his zhuzh on it, and now it's gold. She's like, do you feel like a superhero after you finish a dope track? Because I know I do. Honey, they got some sexual tension between them. Or is it just me? Honey, I could feel it through the screen. Now, I know Felicia, I think she's married now, if I'm not mistaken. But, honey, it was giving something through that screen, honey. I'm just saying. Felicia and Shamari go to meet up with wardrobe because it's just not working. And they come up with Dickies. Okay. Y'all hired a wardrobe stylist to come up with a Dickies jumpsuit? Okay, child, whatever floats y'all boat, honey. Crisis averted. But what did they get paid to do? Pam said, I see the twins' heart now. I really do. They're really just trying to fix things. Honey, not me. I don't see their heart. I'm sorry, I don't. Not me. It's because they like Keely, that they're trying to fix it. They want her to be in the group. This will benefit them. And they're in a position of power. I'm not sold, honey. They're just spoiled. I'm just saying, honey, they spoiled. So they go back to Keely about it, right? And so they're telling her how they fixed the situation. Fallon said, they've both changed and learned how to work with others. Yes, because you got the group down to a workable amount of women. This is what you wanted from the beginning. When you realized it was 9 women, y'all immediately start hollering about you were about to be a millionaire or something. They called you and told you had some money in your bank account or whatever. But now that you've ran everyone out of the house, everything's all good. Girl, please, you ain't fooling me. Keely is like, all this work doesn't match the wardrobe. It is a mess. Honey, I hate to say it, but I'm with Keely. Keely goes outside and tells Fallon that she can't perform with them, right? She's like, listen, I don't think I'm going to be able to perform with you. So Fallon looking like, what? So then she says, so are you going to tell the girls? She said, about what? Girl, about them having to recut this record for the umpteenth time. That's for what? Girl, she's like, I don't want them to feel no type of way. Well, honey, we as viewers even feel some type of way. So what you mean? You don't want them to feel some type of way. Keely, get real. Honey, I hate when people waste my time. So Fallon goes to get the girls, right? She's like, Felicia, can I talk to you for a second? Shamari, do you have a second? So then she tells them that Keely says she can't perform. Shamari is like, what? Why even commit? Why not just say no? She's like, I'm not going to perform. I'm not going through this again. She said, if Keely ain't getting on that stage, then neither am I. I'll be pissed off at her for the rest of my life because of this. Girl, please. You cannot put that on her. She told y'all from the beginning that she did not want to sing. It's not her responsibility to come in and save the group that she helped destroy. Honey, it doesn't work like that. She told y'all she didn't want to be in the group and she didn't want to be in the group. Shamari is like, Pam ain't going to do it. If she doesn't do it, then Pam's not going to do it either because Pam sings gospel and Keely sings secular music. So what are we going to do? What we going to do? What we going to do? Shout out to Pam in total. So then she pulls Pam and tells her what's happening, right? She's like, oh, Keely told us today that she's not going to sing. So then Pam's like, where Keely at? Cause Pam was like, look, y'all playing with my emotions, and this is why I didn't want to say nothing when y'all first told me this helper was gonna be in this group, because I knew some foolishness was gonna ensue. But let me talk to her. So Keely comes in, and Shamari is like, you have to do it. You have to. So in the confessional, Fallon said, look, I care about emotions and everything, but now is not the time to back down. It's the time to step up. So then she gonna say, damn, I'm a bitch. Well, honey, it's what we've been saying for weeks, but thank you for taking some accountability. So they're all putting the pressure on Keely, and she's just standing there. And so then she finally gives in. They're all happy, but honey, she looks sick. Child, thank God next week is the finale. Honey, this is a mess. And that was the end of the episode. This episode gave nothing. Okay. This season really fell flat because I really wanted to hear some music. I really wanted to get that nostalgic feel of when we were putting bands and groups together all up and through the MTV streets. And then right after that, it was time for MTV Cribs. And then right after that, it was time for Punk'd. Honey, I'm trying to get that old thing back. But it didn't happen. Y'all comment down below and tell me exactly what you think about Keely being / not being in the group. What are these 2005 wardrobe changes that they keep putting together, and why are we still watching without Nivea? And as always, stay safe, stay blessed, spread love, not germs. Peace.